In flight, a bird's tail acts as a multifunctional rudder, brake, and stabilizer, helping it steer left or right, generate extra lift during slow speeds, and create drag to slow down safely when landing. In chapter 1020, Robin mentions the phrase the wings of the Pirate King, referring to Sanji but also referencing Zoro as well. So, in thinking about this and in thinking about Gold D. Rogers' crew, I think there has to be a tale of the Pirate King, someone who actually generates the way for the king to meet the ultimate goal. For Roger, I believe his tale was Oden, because Oden literally helped the crew get to the final destination because he was the only one in the crew that could read the poneglyphs. So, if we're talking about this in reference to Luffy, I think we need to talk about strength, because I don't think Robin would be the tale in this context, because while Oden could read the poneglyphs, Oden was also the third strongest person on Roger's crew at the time. So, keeping that in mind, who would be Luffy's tail in the future? People would jump to say Jinbei. However, as I've said in many videos on this channel before, it's almost become a theme of the channel. I don't think Jinbei is going to be with us for the remainder of the narrative. I just don't think so, for a variety of reasons. I made a whole movie about it. But if I had to think of a character whom would join the crew in the future to be Luffy's tail, I have two candidates that I think are possible. Either Loki or Yamato. Both have Conqueror's Haki. Both have the chops to be the driving force to back up Luffy and the others in times of high stress situations. Both of them have a lot of narrative to go, because neither one of them is accomplished enough in their own abilities to stay as they are for the time being, unlike Jinbei. Loki still has to master the Dragon Fruit mythical type model Nidhogg, and Yamato hasn't been anywhere. So her skills have a lot of room to expand. So I think either one of them are the likely candidate to be the tail of the Pirate King, someone who helps steer the metaphorical ship. Now, I know Jinbei, and being a helmsman, would be a key candidate for this, but based on him not really having much development beyond what he is right now, I think all story beats are pretty much done for him, and his only value to the narrative is to perish in order to propel Luffy and the others forward, which is a grim thing to say, but just based on how the story has unfolded so far, nothing has been set aside for him, which is why I'm looking at either Yamato or Loki in the future to be that driving force, because there's nothing really behind Jinbei in order for me to say that confidently with him at this moment in time. So I do think either Loki or Yamato will be the driving force behind Zoro and Sanji, and Luffy at the head, to propel them towards the finish line so Luffy can become the king of the pirates. But with that being said, if you are enjoying the video so far, click the like button. And if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button, followed by that bell so you never miss a video. In addition to, if you could, hit that hype button, because it really does help. And with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Works.